All right. Hey. Welcome to episode 14 of Collectin and Connectin Podcast. Good vibes, top shot community. Let's welcome the regulars. Sir Treaticus.
What up? Good to be here, friends and fam.
Yes, sir. King Brett. Yo.
What's up, fam?
We got a special one today. CNC member, hardcore collector.
What's happening?
Toronto Raptors Superfan, Farmaziz. What's up, man?
What's shaking? How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Doing great. We're glad you're here, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening, avid listener, first-time caller. So,
yeah, I've been pumped to have you on the show, man. You are a character and a half, and I've seen you all over Twitter going to in-real-life events, and I've been pumped to talk to you. And just glad to have you here. We could just kick it for 30 minutes, and that's all I want to do. So,
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, the in real life events, that's where the connecting happens, you know.
Yep.
So I really enjoy those events. Have you guys been to any?
Unfortunately, not. I was asked to come to several, but the per diem was, I have a writer in all my contracts, and they, I don't leave the house for less than $12 million for personal. And,
Wow. Holy
I'm not trying to brag.
Is that why you never left your house then?
That's why I've never left my house. No one's ever. They pay me to stay.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to be like me. You got to go for the league minimum. I'm good. I'm everywhere.
Treat always BSing. Yes, we've all been very fortunate to go to games for sure and meet some other collectors and things like that. But seems like you're all over the map, especially even across Dapper. You're wearing an NFL all day hat right there, and I know that you've been to some events with them. I've seen you post about NHL. I think you're pretty involved across platforms as for a sports collector, my man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm into the Top Shot's my number one. So hockey and basketball are my two biggest loves. Hockey is number one, but basketball just keeps growing every day. And I've been playing actually a little bit myself too, going to a local, and I went this morning. So I was like rushing to get some shots up. And because I didn't really play much growing up, but I really am trying to teach myself the proper form, because I would shoot with two hands growing up, and nobody taught me the proper form. And so, my friends and my wife have some good form, and they've been teaching me, and I've been trying to self-teach myself. So yeah, basketball is a kind of big passion of mine. And then NFL, I'm kind of more the fantasy football type thing. And I love the wide receivers, the deep balls, in terms of the all day and the highlights. Just really slaps, and then the sellies after, and I just kind of really got into the NFTs, and for some reason I think they're real. Maybe they're not real, just like birds, but I believe they're real.
Just like birds.
Just like birds.
So while we're talking NFL all day for a minute, and I know they kind of have similarities, but they're doing a really cool dynamic set, and I know that you completed series 2 of that dynamic set. Where kind of explain a little bit of what's going on there with those moments. I guess they evolve throughout the season.
Yeah, so they kind of started it, and it did come to Top Shot in the playoffs. Actually, it hasn't come to Top Shot, right? The Redemptions, mixing that up. But yeah, in the playoffs last year, you could get a moment from each team that was in the playoffs, in the NFL playoffs, and then as each game went on, it would have footage added. So people were sort of using that to speculate who was going to win, and then San Francisco, I think, and Kansas City were kind of more expensive, and I think I pulled who lost to Kansas City in the finals. I forget, in the Super Bowl. I forget.
The Eagles.
The Eagles. So I pulled the Eagles in a pack. And I was like, hey, they're the favorite. Let me ride this out and kind of experience it. And then on the Super Bowl, I was watching it. And actually, I was watching with your boy, LG Doucette. So we were watching.
Shout out. What's up, LG?
Who?
Yeah. It's also, should I sell it? It's at its peak. And then I didn't. And then they lost. And then it came down. But then I ended up finishing that set because I thought it was like first of its kind. And it was cool. Like, NFL Films is like pretty famous, right? And it has people watch quite a bit. And the quality of the editing is like up there with that, right? So I really like that. So and then this year they're doing something new. So I think because I had that playoff set, I was able to buy like a guaranteed pack. So I just bought one. I didn't want to like buy too many packs. I didn't max packs on that one because they were like a G each. So it was a bit much, but I did buy one pack just for fun, and I ended up pulling Bijan Robinson.
Nice, that's a solid pull.
So I was like, "Oh, this could be fun," because running back, rookie. People say he might be the best running back by the end of the year. Atlanta has like those cool jerseys. They look sweet, on the highlights. So I'm still debating what I'm going to do with it, but yeah.
Yeah, those are super cool. And Treaticus, King Brett, the reason I bring that up and wanted to dig into that question more, not only is it interesting, but these two guys, Ahmed, have brought up several times. What if we had moments right when you mentioned the redemptions in the playoffs? What if we had moments that were evolving throughout the season based on what was happening? And we're seeing it in the all-day product.
Wow,
and so
crazy.
Yeah. It's cool that it's coming. It's on the way. So that'd be awesome to see in the Top Shot product someday.
Yeah, and with the all day, like I think the way it works is there's certain milestones, then that moment gains points. If like say Bijan Robinson runs for 100 yards in week 1, then he gains points. But if he runs for 20 yards, he doesn't gain points. And as he gains more points, that'll turn into more like highlights being added onto the moment, I think is my understanding.
Wow.
Nice. So highlights like, based on points. That's cool.
Yeah, like you kind of have to hit like, quarter. I don't know, actually, I should bring it up, but like say a quarterback has to throw for 300 yards. Wide receiver has to get 100 receiving yards. Those types of kind of classic milestones.
So it's not a new moment. It's new highlights added to. So that's I guess that's big for keeping the supplies down, right? Like it's not more moments; it's the same moment, but that's very
it grows. Yeah, it becomes something a little different. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and so I think they have 300 rare, 30 legendary for different players. I guess one criticism is that they've picked the players now, and with NFL, like literally on the first snap, like Buddy could go down. So there could be some of these moments that are, not really much of anything. But then with the comments, I think they're doing something interesting too. I think the mid counts might be high, but they might play a game kind of like that. Some of these like ETH NFT projects where you can combine, like if you combine 3 of the blue, then you can combine to a red, and then you move your way up.
Kind of more for
so then it gets more and more scarce. Yeah, and then the gold is like super hard to get. You had to have like burned whatever 50 of the base one. So
that's been speculated that they might do that with the parallels, right?
Took it right out of my mouth.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's a great point. Yeah. I wanted to ask his.
Do you think that's a thing? You think that might happen?
It's hard to say, like with NFL all day, if that stuff comes to Top Shot necessarily, but I think it's a good idea. I mean, it is parallels, exactly that, but it's you're kind of burning to the parallels versus.
Right. Okay. I'm tracking with. So it's just a common burn of so many commons. It becomes a parallel. You could burn those, and becomes the next torn. It becomes an explosion.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you burn 2 standard, like hypothetically, a 2 standard for the 4000 one. What is it, vortex or whatever? And then maybe you burn 2 vortex to get torn, and so forth.
Cool.
So I think that's kind of interesting too. But I don't mind the parallels. Everybody hates them so much, but it's not that unusual. It's in cards, so.
I think we're all shocked by new things. You get used to something and something changes, and you're like, "Whoa, I don't like this." Come to Texas, happens all the time.
It's funny though you bring that out, because I feel like a lot of people were kind of pushing back and hesitant with parallels at the beginning. And I think the longer they've been around, the more they're kind of starting to grow on people. You're starting to see a explosion of explosions, and then people are starting to talk about the torn and the vortexes. And so it's kind of cool to see the transition, how that's going to play a part moving forward in the future too.
I'm an explosion holder. I have the whole explosion set.
That's awesome.
You should try my queso. I can help with that.
I knew you were a base set holder for the entire S4, but man, that's the entire set of explosions, that's pretty incredible.
Go ahead. How'd you decide to go that route? What made you, was it the art on the explosion? What was it?
So yeah, like I have all like the S1, S2, S3 base sets. I kind of like that because it's sort of a, like, to me, like,
I would like that
historical record. Yeah,
you're such a stud, dude.
Such a stud.
I probably
I have the base sets for 1, 2, 3, and 4. No big deal.
No big deal.
It is, like S3. It's like, okay, these are so cheap, like a couple dollars. But it does be a drag, like 300 later, but it's kind of like a historical record of the season to me. Like every player who was relevant in the NBA season that year is in that set, right? So to me, it's kind of neat to own that. So then this year I was gonna just do the standard set and just be like, oh, okay, I'll do all 3 digits or something. But then I did like the art with explosions.
Yep.
I kind of like the torn too, but the art with explosions is nice. And then the rarity for sure is a draw. I basically did try to, but every other one I get, like I could have gone crazy and just like completed all parallel sets once the standard. But I thought, let me just, have exercise some restraint. I only get the explosion, and then I try to sell everything else. And with this S1 trade ticket drop, I was able to sell like everything I wanted for $1. So
nice.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out that way. But I think parallels is just, they just want to give people more hits in packs too, right? Like when we're ripping packs, if explosions weren't there, like some of the packs wouldn't be as kind of exciting as they are.
So, and I love the way you're looking at it, because again, if you don't want to collect them, don't collect them. Like if you don't like them, don't buy them. If you don't want to, if you don't want to, but you find, and I felt like this all the way through Series 4. Everybody kind of that in our little community, kind of found their lane. Hey, I want to do this. I want to collect this. I'm gonna do video game numbers, or I'm going to collect the explosions. And there's enough room and enough diversity that you get to just collect what you want. There's no need to bitch about it, right? If you don't like it, don't collect it. But I like the diversity and all the different options. I think it's really cool. I don't really do the leaderboard stuff. I like it. I think it's cool. It's not something I really participate in, but I like that they're keeping everybody engaged. It's like constantly
You're speaking
engaged.
about the burn leaderboards, right?
Yeah. And they've tweaked those
leaderboards. You climbed both of the Celtics and the Grizzlies. To reset back to your original question, we were talking in real life and things like that. We all have been to a lot of things, and you have been to a ton. What's been your favorite thing for Top Shot? What have you been able to?
Yeah, so basically, like, I guess not starting with Top Shot, but so my wife and I, we love NBA Summer League. So we've been 7 years in a row. Of course, there wasn't one in 2020. So I guess 7 out of the 8 years.
Amazing.
So we love it because it's like a true NBA convention. You walk around the halls of Thomas and Mack, you might run into, Masai Ujiri or Pascal Siakam, or there you go, or whatnot. Like I saw Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown play, for the Celtics, right? And then you see them in the finals, and at that time it was like $30 for the whole day, and I can go see Donovan Mitchell and Jaylen Brown and then Tatum and all these stars for so cheap, all in a day. And plus, here in Vegas, having great steaks and great meals, as you can see here with my lovely, adoring wife, Francis. And we got
so cool. You get to enjoy that with her, and you guys are making a trip out of it, going 7 years. Like, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, I'm a lucky guy because she loves basketball. Like, if people are like, "Oh, how do you convince her?" And I'm like, "No, she's like the one.
I married the right one, duh."
Hell yeah.
Like, she was like getting on me about, why don't you go watch more junior hockey in Canada, because there's like a Vancouver Giants, like that Western Hockey League. over here. And I'm like, she's like, why don't you go watch? I'm like, I don't watch enough NHL, NBA for you.
I know, it's like
so a few years ago they had the famous Top Shot booth. So we were there, and I got some packs, Killian Hayes, and I got her to get packs, and so that was awesome. That was like a light bulb moment when you see all these people you have this shared experience with, you connect and touch them in real life, and can basically be like, wow, there's a lot of like kind of power there.
That form looks good.
Ball, baby.
That form looks good.
No, I've worked much more on it. I'm much more on it because they had a Top Shot had like a net there, and so they had like contests that if you got the most shots in a row, you'd get like a rookie revelations pack. And needless to say, I embarrassed myself. So I'm training for the next opportunity at a pack.
Dude, I love that you
this year as well. So
I love that you get out there. I think I saw a video recently of you putting up some jumpers.
I went. I went to this local park here. My form is even better than here. I've been going every day. I'm just like addicted to the.
I love this
swish
so
sound.
Much.
I'm addicted to the swish sound.
I know it sounds so
nice.
good.
So there was a video of Tom Holland. There was a video of Tom Holland putting a bucket, and I replied with this video, and I'm like, I got mine on my first try. I might be the new Spider-Man. So,
boom, money.
Bucket.
That's great. Dude.
I love it.
It is an addictive sound. That swish. Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I'm really addicted. So, anywho, back to the in real life. So, this year was awesome. They had the NBA Con. They had like a booth thing with NBA PA, and they had like free sandwiches you could get and scan like a QR code to get a pack. And then they had geolocated packs, which could be huge.
Cool. That's huge. Series. That's really cool.
So it was really cool to hang with people. Like they had a couple of VIP brunch that we went where it was hanging with Veerman. And then like I've gone to Portland as well. So I'm in Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, so this is me leaving there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
one
good
more with the Austin Kent and Brandon Soul. We've had both of them on the podcast. I saw that one. You
love those
rock
guys.
Stars.
Love those guys.
Dude, look at that shirt you're wearing, Barn. That's sick.
Yeah, it's Marvel Comics. I was wearing today.
Got a little style there. I see you.
Yeah. And then in real life, just finishes. We drive down to Portland. So last year with Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
LG came there. I met LG there. We went to Portland, met up with Alexo and the others in Portland. They got a great community there. And
I don't know who any
James
of those people are.
Bond.
I heard y'all had some good steaks at some strip club.
I don't know about that. I mean, great food in Portland.
They just deliver it to your room, the steaks.
Yeah, exactly. Portland has amazing food.
That's what Wolf told me. Wolf was telling me this story about him and LG eating steaks.
No.
I think, I don't really trust a lot that comes out of his mouth. There's maybe like 10% you gotta like tease out what's the truth. But I don't know about all that.
He's awesome, man. What a gifted guy. Dude's an amazing musician.
He's a rapper.
He's a rapper. Yeah. I mean, he's something else.
Yeah. And actually, so speaking of jumpers, the first time I went, like it was the last game of the Portland season in 2022. After the game, we were able to go onto the court in Portland and get some shots up on the court.
Nice.
So my wife like hit a shot, and
I saw that. I saw a picture of that.
Step it up here.
Future of fandom, baby. That's so cool.
There you go. It was really cool.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, just the fact again, like we've been going to Portland for like 5-6 years to watch a game every year. Like I saw, Giannis one year, and Anthony Davis was on when he was on New Orleans.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
But then the last couple of years we go, and there's a whole bunch of people we can connect with that we've been collecting with.
Yeah.
That's all because of Top Shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to have the CNC convention next summer at Summer League. First CNC convention, CNC Con.
Summer League is a perfect place, and last year, Top Shot went the second weekend. The critical point is you have to go the first weekend.
Yeah.
Which they did this year, and they nailed, and that was great.
Well, we'll do that. CNC Con, count on it.
Man, community is so important. We've definitely interviewed several people, members of Jurassic Pack, and you're mentioning out in Portland, two of the first communities, created before even all the team communities were built. And it makes so much sense of why you guys have so much passion from both of those sides. And it's cool to see y'all get together and put those groups together. I've definitely talked to King Brett's on it right now, trying to get Mavericks connected with the Space City down in Houston, and trying to find people with San Antonio now that we got Wemby down there. You were fortunate enough to again, Summer League connection, getting to see people like that before they get on the floor. That's really exciting.
Yeah, like, isn't it cool? Like, right now, like, we go to Minnesota. We know some people through Top Shot that are in Minnesota, or we can message the Minnesota captain. So it's like we could literally, any of us, show up to any NBA arena and potentially connect with like local fans, local people, thanks to Top Shot, right? So I think that's pretty cool about it, and hope to see that expand, because it's kind of neat seeing the pictures now. You have like 10, 20 people at these different events, but it'll be cool, like, hopefully if we keep going forward 5-10 years, if there's 100 people, it'll be like, wow, we've come far.
Baby steps. We got this.
Yeah,
we're on the way.
I can't wait till they have Top Shot night at the Dallas Mavericks game night. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Farm, if you come to Dallas, there's 4 NBA teams within 3 to 4 hour drive. So you can see a lot of teams down here in Dallas. I'm just saying. So
it'd be great if one of them was any good. That would make it even more fun.
I think Badge County and Oklahoma City Thunder are pretty upset. I think the Dallas Mavericks captain is pretty upset. I think Lee is rolling in his bed right now, upset. And denorably so. Like,
I'm sorry.
On our show. And,
I'm always getting in trouble for isolating our audience,
Pharmacies, we've had talk in the CNC chat lately of like the purpose of why should I join Cool Cats or the Wolf Pack, or why should I get in CNC? Why should I find a community? Because you're gonna rub elbows with people like yourself, with King Brett and Treaticus, and you're gonna learn about their collecting styles and strategies, and we're gonna talk about stuff. But more importantly, why should I finish the Minnesota Timberwolves S3 set? Because I'm gonna meet the captain, and then when I'm in town, I could stop by and I could go to an event or a game, and you're collecting and connecting. It's the purpose of what we're trying to do. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it doesn't have to be why join this one, but I guess maybe it's a community that works for you, right? Like whether your team, or maybe it's collectors in a certain region of the world. I think Top Shot does a good job of kind of letting us connect with them, and hopefully it'll improve even more with the Top Shot app and whatnot. I think, like, well, not to like change the subjects, but in terms of in real life stuff, like I think the geolocated packs is a potential unlock. But one of my things I'm going to stand on is in my opinion, I think it's really important that when somebody goes to a game, that they get a moment from that game.
Wow.
Not just a pack that's from random stuff. Maybe you can get a pack with a moment from that game, plus some other base set moments,
plus or randoms,
but from that game, because that's where that first summer league where they had the booth there, when you were buying packs, you were buying packs from the Killian Hayes game. I could have very well been in that moment, right? So I think that's where the connection happens in your mind, in terms of, this is a digital collectible, this is a keepsake from this moment. When you go to a basketball game, when you walk out, when I saw Giannis in Portland, when I left, what did I remember? I remember Giannis was at the 3-point line. Next thing I know, he's in the air dunking, and it was like, oh, I jumped out, I shook in my seat. And so if I have that as a keepsake, what way could I have that as a keepsake? Maybe I could get the ball, maybe like his jersey, whatnot. But that's why I kind of fell in love with Top Shot, because to me, it's like I can bottle up that thing that they kind of, the excitement, and then buy and sell and own it and whatnot. So that's why I think, if whatever the play of the game of that game is, mint that for the people in the building, and you had to be there to get that moment.
Wow.
And then that's going to drive, if say there is value in that, and if we all go to a historic game, or everybody wanted to get tickets to LeBron's record breaker, if you could have access then to get the LeBron record breaker moment, that would make like the digital connection in people's the light bulb moment go off. So I think that light bulb moment is related to the connecting in real life, whether it be at the arena with other collectors. So that's one thing. Yeah, I always try to say when I'm on any podcast, because I really believe that's a key element of it.
Yeah.
I would say that's, there's one moment right now on the platform that I'm the Desmond Bain top 50. I was at that game. Every other moment on the platform of games I was at, I own, and I've got an offer out on that one right now.
Yeah, we'll get after it, Treat.
The very thing you're saying. I want those moments from games I was I've attended.
Yeah, I'm in a moment actually.
Nice. Which one?
It's a WNBA Sabrina Ionescu. So last year, before Summer League, we went to with your boy Spence. Actually, he joined us.
Spence! Alert!
He won't hear this, but
stop typing.
Yeah, he won't. Okay. Yeah, I grew up with him in Edmonton. Actually,
get out of here.
So cool.
Yeah. I actually got him into Top Shot, so you're welcome.
He's what a character.
In your wedding or vice versa?
He was there. Yeah.
He was there. Excuse me.
I wasn't at his. Yeah, his was
showed up.
But yeah, so anyways, we went to a WNBA game. It was my first WNBA game. New York Liberty versus Las Vegas Aces, and Sabrina was like on one. It was ridiculous, and it was the first ever WNBA 30-point triple double. And so the moment was one of the fandom reward moments. And she hit a 3, and she shot like 70% from the field. Like she was like 70-80% from 3. It was like, and the other team was lights out too. And I was just like jaw dropping at the skill level. And then, it's very hard to make us out. We're like in the crowd as it pans around. But I actually have a tweet, I think, where I kind of circled it. So yeah, but that was my first ever WNBA game. Yeah. Like it was like memorable because of Sabrina's performance. And now I have that keepsake, right? So I have like a few of them. If I could get like Serial 1 for a reasonable price, like I probably would, because I'll always remember that. And maybe I could have kept the ticket stub or something, but
right. Well, and being there with Spence makes it even more special.
Absolutely. And he's a connected guy. He like knew one of the refs. He was like the ref was like waving at everybody.
He's in everybody's DMs. I don't know a person on
sliding
Twitter.
In there.
He's sliding in there.
Yeah, he's like paying for I think the Twitter Blue for like 3 different accounts just because he needs like enough DMs.
He does. He's probably sliding into mine right now.
Calling him out. Yeah, we all have some right now. This isn't even out yet, and he's DMing.
Yeah, he's like, I feel like you've been talking about me lately, so I just want to let you know, stop it.
Well, I should thank him because I'm in like the reason I'm in CNC is because he added me. So
yes.
But I'm in like 5 different groups like related to Top Shot. Every single one Spence added me, so maybe I wouldn't be as connected.
Well, my goal.
He didn't want to get kicked out, so you had to bring someone good in, someone really fun and exciting and hilarious to even the keel. So
he's trying to vouch for himself. Like, look at what I'm bringing with me.
Yeah, look at this beautiful, clean-shaven faced man I brought.
Farm Aziz is my guy. Come on.
I gutted the wolf pack.
Yeah, what the heck, man? I need to confront you. This guy's a mole. He is a mole. He came into the wolf pack.
I snuck in.
We got
identified members.
And I was like, Spence, let's get all the good ones out of here.
But we always joke because we say CNC is like a year and a half behind Wolfpack because we were all positive, collecting and this and that, and then ends up being into cynicism and whatnot. So.
Don't be bringing that negativity in here. I'll swat that out of here.
Put that on me.
Anytime
us on both
I'm in the wolf pack and they start saying something positive, like every now and then they'll start being positive about Top Shot, and I go in there and go, whoa, wait a minute. I must be in the wrong chat. I thought I was in CNC, and somebody always gives me the bird.
Did you turn us negative so you could keep CNC as being the positive beacon of light? Well, there's only room for one positive
plan.
So Wolfpack is hysterical. There's no doubt about it.
We can all support the product together, baby.
That's right. I love it.
One big tent, Treaticus.
One big tent for all the people.
All is welcome.
That's
Farmers
right.
D's, man. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being here. I'm so jealous of your collection, your in real life events, your taking your wife to the games. Like, I mean, you're living the dream, dude. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Love it, man. Love all the vibes.
I appreciate being on, and definitely keep on connecting and collecting, and be positive. If it, enjoy it for what it is, and let's enjoy life here, guys.
Amen to that, brother.
You heard it, baby. You heard it. I like it.
Enjoy it.
Sir Treaticus, King Brett, appreciate you guys.
Always.
I love it. Top shot,
sir. Episode 14 of CNC Podcast. Thanks for being here. See you guys next time.
Good times.